Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to my channel. Please, before we get the video started, do not hesitate. Hit that subscribe button down below and drop me a like if you really feeling my stuff. I do appreciate you all coming and finding me. Hey, let's have some fun today. Alrighty, here we are. Back in the hot seat again. Back in the hot seat and a little bit closer to my face, unfortunately. Hopefully, I don't give you guys too terrible of an angle and you can still see a little bit of the brand placement, if you know what I mean. Yo, what is up? How's everybody doing? Look, I'm just trying to get my life together. Alright, so, how y'all doing today? Welcome back to the channel. It is me, your humble and most gracious host, your boy, Cage. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully, everybody had a safe, happy Halloween. Now that we got all that out of the way, yo, let's go ahead and throw all the cards on the table. I was gonna wear my costume. So this year for my job, they let us wear costumes, and then for this trunk or treat event, I went and volunteered at for the kids. I had on my old Superman costume, but I was about to wear this one DIY as shit costume that I just came up on the fly. Look, how I say, I told my wife, yo, we gotta go to Target real quick so I can grab me a white dress shirt, and I just said fuck it and went as Clark Kent. But the way that I did it was I could, like, you know, undo the tie a little bit. I tried my best to get a straight black tie, but then I could pull off like a Spike Spiegel if you gave me a cigarette, or if I button that bitch all the way up and like tie it a little bit closer, and next thing you know, I'm Steve Buscemi from Reservoir Dogs. So I had like a couple aces in my sleeves, if you understand what I mean. So look, that's probably one of the best costumes right there. Honest and truthfully though, when it comes down to Halloween, look, I try to stay off of social media because you'll see like a billion different celebrities with these fucking amazing costumes, but they drop money to have like legit makeup artists or people who can put them in and out of these suits. Like The Weeknd wore he was Professor Clump from The Nutty Professor. Like, yo man, there's no getting up with that. I ain't get the money, but that's why I give so much respect to cosplayers, because yo, for people who like drop their own money or they like find shit to make this perfect costume, I gotta give it to y'all. Y'all put in the work. Y'all work hard on it. Better than me. Look, basic ass Spike Spiegel that I didn't even have the gall to wear on the cast. But here we are for episode 8. Yo, let's go ahead and get started. So, we had the week leading up to Halloween, and man, look, I felt the crunch to try and watch as many Halloween-esque shows and movies and stuff like that. So just to go ahead and throw all the cards on the table. I think I mentioned this last week, but if I got time, I'll sit down and watch a movie. If I don't really have time like that, throwing on a cartoon. Throwing on an old cartoon, or if I'm cleaning, then I'm throwing on an old cartoon, something that I don't have to pay a whole bunch of attention to. That way I can come back and, you know, just reminisce the nostalgia of it and things like that. And for example, some of the stuff that I ended up watching was like the Fairly Odd Parents Halloween, the old Halloween one. I didn't even remember this episode until like I started watching it like little by little, and it started coming back to me. But it was the one where Timmy wished that everybody's costume was real, and everybody was like all these different monsters, and he was a mummy wrapped in 2-ply paper, so he turned into a useless ass mummy. So he had to go to like the dollar store, get thrown in the clearance bin, so he can have all these different costumes. That was an interesting episode right there. I watched the old SpongeBob one where he was so afraid of everybody else, and then he had to go to he tried to go to the Halloween party as a ghost, and Patrick fucked him up. Let's just say that. But yo, man, it was just a handful of things like that. I even found the old Billy and Mandy Jacked Up Halloween episode where Billy gives Jack-o'-lantern, I think that's his name, he gives him the scythe. So it's real fun, especially that Ed, Edd n Eddy. I get more and more excited because it's nice to go back and just reminisce back in the better days when they didn't have fucking bills. Like, yo man, they jugged and finessed us right there. I got hold. I used to get told you do whatever you want when you grown, but you know they forget to mention that, you know, the bills start piling up like a motherfucker. So now that everything costs my money now, you know, it's hard to sit and enjoy the finer things such as cable TV or direct TV or whatever the fuck, because I got all the streaming services. Like I said, I think I said this last time. Cage can't recall. It's early in the morning, but don't worry, y'all. I'ma still give you my best. Yo, gotta give a shout out. I don't know how the fuck it's happening. Well, I kind of know how it's happening, but to anybody, if you're new to the channel, I do appreciate you showing up. It means a hell of a lot. That like, yo, welcome to the family. Come through and give us a hug. Come on down to the altar. You're one of us now. One of us. So, fuck it. Go ahead, comment below, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I already put the disclaimer earlier, but guess what? We're going to do it again. Just because Cage loves you. And I'm trying to get that ratio up. We're trying to get that subscriber count up. Trying to get that watch time up. So, help. Help me. Help. All right, so let's get back to some of the Halloween stuff. So the movies that we ended up watching, I got like a whole menagerie, like a menagerie of movies, a cornucopia, if you will. Big words, multiple syllables. Let's go. So I'm be honest with you. I'm going to start with this one because there's two movies that surprised me the most when it came down to this Halloween season because I did not think I was going to enjoy them. And I'm going to start with the older one. The first movie that really, really surprised me was Hotel Transylvania. I avoided that movie like the fucking plague. I refused to watch that movie when it first came out. I want to say in like 2012 because I was like, nah, man, this looks goofy. It doesn't look it doesn't look funny at all. I don't know, man. Maybe once you hit 25, you hit that season where you get washed, and next thing you know, you watching all these movies that you would consider goofy, and you're like, man, this is a good fucking movie. Look, I say I understand half these things now, especially the Wolfman with all them kids. I'm sorry about that. My FBI agent was trying to tell me to go ahead and reconnect my Alexa. So yeah, it's pretty creepy. But yes, like I was over here connecting with the Wolfman. I was like, yo, man, he's tired. That man is tired, especially with all them kids. Yo, Cage understands. So Hotel Transylvania really surprised me. I was surprised with the heart that it had. It was a really good movie. I found myself enjoying it. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to fit in like the second and third one, during the month. I'm still gonna watch it, but it's gonna have to be after the fact. So I don't even know if I'm gonna bring it up on the cast just yet. But the second movie that surprised me, and it's another it's another Adam Sandler movie, but that Hubie Halloween, straight up dog, had no fucking clue I would enjoy it that much. I saw the trailer and I was like, oh yeah, it don't look like it's gonna be one of those like a good movie, but it just looked like a goofy thing to turn on when I'm like trying to take a nap or some shit. Just something because I'm not going to front with you. I'm still a little traumatized from Uncut Gems. Yo, let's go ahead and get into the sidebar really, really quickly. I got you. So, with Uncut Gems, dog, as somebody who has not missed a Marvel movie, none of the DC animated movies, I watch a hell of a lot of anime, all types of shit. The fucking sensory overload in Uncut Gems, the fact that every single scene, everybody's screaming at each other. I was like, yo, there's so much going on. Like, my anxiety is spiking up. It's just rising like the fucking sun. Shit just kept popping off. Everything went left when it was supposed to go right. Like, nothing went fucking good. So now I'm like, yo. I'm really trying to. I was so conflicted with Adam Sandler's character because I was like, yo, he is a piece of shit, but goddamn it, he's trying. Look, he's trying. He's putting forth the effort. And then by the end of the movie, I was like, well, I need Adam Sandler to go back to making family movies. I can't watch this shit again. Look, I can't watch this again. No, hell no. So going into Hubie Halloween, Adam Sandler's got, he's got his crew, his cast of friends that, he's cool with. I think, I have a theory. So I want to say it's in the 90s and, yeah, all right. So 90s, it was Rob Schneider. Sometimes you'll see him in the mid to early to mid 2000s, if I can ever get my fucking words right. Then it was Nick Swartzen, I think that was his name. You started to see him pop up around like the mid to late 2000s. And then it was, I think I remember seeing Steve Buscemi a lot when it came down to like the Tens movies. Or you'll just see like other people from the SNL cast. For example, Grown Ups. Even Rob Schneider popped up in a couple of them, but I haven't seen an Adam Sandler movie since Grown Ups. So that says a lot about me. But like I said, you see damn near everybody show up in fucking Hubie Halloween. Rob Schneider, Maya Rudolph. So sorry about that, Maya Rudolph. Please forgive me. Look, my bad, my fault. But Steve Buscemi pops up, Rob Schneider pops up, Kevin James tried to trick me. They even had fucking Ray Liotta from Goodfellas show up, and I was like, yo, who the fuck is that? By the end of the movie, I said, oh my god. China Anne McClain even was in this. I haven't seen her since she was on House of Pain. Yo, long time no see. What's happening with you? What's up? Fucking, but to the movie, like, yo, man, it was actually really good. I think it's my 25-year-old brain being washed. I don't know what it is. I don't know how, but I woke up and I just I'm practicing dad jokes in the mirror. I'm trying my best to avoid a dad bod. Like, yo, man, somebody help your boy out, because yeah, it had those corny moments in there. Those, it had so much heart, and that's like the main thing that kept bringing me back to it. There was like some jokes where I was like, nah, man, I'm just not feeling this one. But then it was like just the heart of the movie and all that shit, and I was like, god damn it, now I'm fucking like this goddamn movie. Fuck, I was trying my best not to like it, but now I like it, and it's probably about to end up in my Halloween rotation because unlike my beautiful wife, Cage, need some type of fucking buffer. So my thing is, I think I mentioned this before, when me and my wife first started dating, she used to listen to the ID channel just to fucking go to sleep. Me, however, I don't like to hear death, murder, fucking dismemberment, all that shit right before bed. I need to listen to like some type of cartoons or some shit. So like I said, I'll watch Halloween. I'll watch some horror movies. I gotta watch me some cartoons, but I'll watch some. Keyword is some. Yo, so I think another movie worth noting that we watched, and this is not going to be a fucking positive one. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Dog, I think I was more mad about the writing than I could even be scared by the movie. Cause like I'm sitting there watching the movie, and this is I wasn't in my best movie watching conditions, as you know, about my tears, right? Yeah, we talked about that last time. So I didn't have my tear system going on because I was so open and exposed. I didn't even have like my fucking safety blanket where nothing can get past me. Nothing can get to me with my blanket. You know what I mean? So because I didn't have none of that shit, I'm in the craft room with my wife while she's working. I'm watching it and I'm like, yo, is it bad I don't like any of these teenagers? Like, for real. I think the dumbest one to me was the missing toe. That was like that shit right there made me so mad. Dog, I'm not that smart. But even as a teenager, I knew not to just eat random shit. If I'm talking to a parent, like my mom or my dad, on the phone, and I'm like, hey, what's in this pot? And they say, what pot? I'm not touching that fucking pot. I'm not touching that fucking pot in the goddamn slightest. Even then, if I have friends on the fucking phone telling me, don't touch that fucking pot, guess what I'm going to do? I'm not going to touch the pot. This dude right here, you got the funny. And he just started eating the shit. Dog, I'm getting so washed because when that man popped that toe out of his mouth, I was like, nah, man. Nah, see, 19-year-old Cage would have been, fine, but 25-year-old Cage is like, that's gross. That's not cool, man. It's fucking gross. But teenagers got what teenagers deserve by the end of the movie. Like, there was this one kid who was just, I had to sit and think about when this movie was set, because it was set before, either before or during Vietnam, because one character was literally on the run from the draft. He was a draft dodger. But the big thing about it is, like, this one kid was just a dickhead for no reason whatsoever. And we knew he was a dickhead because he had a Letterman on. Everybody knows whenever teenagers are around in a high school movie, if you got a Letterman on, you are, in fact, a dickhead. It just has to happen. This is the natural order of things. If I could stop hitting the fucking mic. So, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, the whole time I was like, yo, get these teenagers out the paint. Get them out the fucking paint. I understand it's a kid's book. I understand it's supposed to be, scary for kids. Guess what? fuck this. Look, no, fuck that movie. That's one of those where I'm good on watching that. I don't need to watch it again. Another movie that we watched, and this one's back on the positive note, so you gotta positive, negative, positive. Gotta do it like that. My wife put me onto Halloween 2, so my beautiful wife is down for the cause when it comes to Michael Myers. Michael Myers is her go-to. I personally prefer Jason. Why? Because Jason gets shit done. I don't know what it is. The man just raw as shit. He just is. I don't know. It was something that it was cool, but at the same time, I refuse to watch his movies because I'm not trying to watch somebody die. But we watched the original, well, not the original, but the original set of movies. That line, the '80s Halloween 2, the one where they're in the hospital, and me watching this for the first time, I'm like, yo, man, this is bad serial killer etiquette right here. I just don't see Michael Myers being a good serial killer, for lack of a better term, just because of the one kill where the lady was in the bathtub and he turned the water up. And I was like, yo, man, if I was Michael Myers, I wouldn't, he decided that he wanted to, drown her personally, but he put his hands in the water. Now, this goes back to what my wife was trying to explain to me, that Michael Myers is no longer a human, or he is, he's something extraterrestrial, supernatural, whatever the fuck. He's supposed to be this force, this evil force of nature, this force of evil, whatever the fuck you want to call him. So when I saw his red ass hands as he took his hands out the water, I was like, I don't know, man. I feel like that's one of those where you gotta put your foot down and hold it into the water instead of just just doing all that shit right there. But that's Cage's opinion. Michael Myers been doing what Michael Myers does for many years. And speaking of doing it for many years, a whole new trailer dropped. Ask me if I watched that trailer. Nope. Ask me if I watched the original one. Yep. But I didn't watch it at home. I was gone in a faraway land. All right, so we talked about a handful of movies, but there's some that I like. Oh, all right, hold on. I'm gonna give you one more that I haven't seen in a long time. So this is what I mean. You guys, y'all know. All right, look, eye-to-eye moment right here. So you know how everybody says that Facebook, FBI, Instagram, Google's, all that shit is listening to you? Because they fucking are. Because I remember for the fucking longest, I knew Disney Plus was coming, right? But I didn't know what was going to be on Disney Plus. For years, my wife has told me, I wish we could find Don't Look Under the Bed. She kept telling me how she wanted to find that movie. She hasn't watched it in such a long time. All well fine and good, right? Disney Plus dropped one of the first fucking things I see. My man, look, shout out to you, FBI Steve, FBI agent Steve, Paul, John, Jamie, Katie, Michelle, whoever you are. Thank you for helping my marriage. So when we fucking got Disney Plus, we found that shit. Did we watch it immediately? No, but we watched it before Halloween this time around. So watching it, I was proud of how much fun I had watching this movie. I was like, yo, this kid is a fucking trip. And you could tell he had so much fun with the role, but when it was time for him to show that negative side, that emotion, or he started to become the boogeyman. Spoilers for somebody who hasn't seen, this 20-plus-year-old movie, but when he fucking becomes the boogeyman, I was like, yo, this dude is actually good for a Disney Channel movie. I'm excited. I'm engaged. It was all good until, the end where the imaginary friend kissed the girl, and I was like, yo, so does that kiss even exist? Did that happen? Will she remember? Find out next time. I'm not gonna do that. But the movie itself was pretty good. I had a good time with it. That might come back into the Halloween rotation. And I just remembered, we didn't even watch Hocus Pocus. My wife set up the house to be like Hocus Pocus, and we still didn't watch it. Damn, man. Yo, this is year 25, and we moving too fucking fast. We are moving entirely too fucking fast. And that's something I'm not trying to do that long term. I think I've discussed one of my goals on this channel before, but just to reiterate, the number one goal for everything that we do, for all these avenues, for selling t-shirts and getting on YouTube and having all the fun in the world is to one day retire before the age of 30. No pressure, right? But it's just, to achieve passive income. That's the number one goal, to live the life that you truly want to. Like, yo, man, this year has been shit for my work ethic. I don't want to do nothing no more. Look, working 5 days a week, only get a 2-day weekend, fuck that. Working 60 plus hours, fuck that. Waking up in the morning because I have to, fuck that. I don't want to do none of that shit no more. I am fucking burnt. But we got to do what we got to do for the sake of others and not just ourselves. So I'm out here pushing it. I'm out here working. But for stuff like this, for me waking up at like fucking 4 something in the morning so I can get ready to record, this is us, baby. We having all the fun in the world right here, talking to my motherfucking self into a camera. Whatever. Hey, if you see me in the mental asylum, y'all saw the fucking warning signs. Yo, so let's go ahead and push on. So, oh man, what to even get into next, man? So before I start harping on to all the different fucking anime that I watched, because I wasn't able to fit in Mobile Suit Gundam, I told you I was busy. I was able to catch some NFL action yesterday. Yeah, NFL football, bro. I'm not gonna harp on this real quick because I keep saying how I'm not gonna harp on shit real quick. Y'all remember I wasn't able to fit this in because of all the technical difficulties from last time. So once again, I do apologize for that. But fucking, I'll try to mention Carson Wentz, the North Dakota assassin. Well, the goddamn North Dakota assassin damn near assassinated me last night. Because Carson Wentz is like, I really don't understand what the fuck is going on within this season. Because it's like, it's a series of highs and lows. Yesterday, shit, man, I have so many different things to be mad about, whether it's Doug Peterson's play calling, Carson Wentz overthrowing the fuck out of the receivers. I think like the two interceptions, I don't know if they were both to Diggs, Stephon Diggs' brother. He's a Cowboy, so I'm not even gonna fucking dignify him with his name. But the two interceptions, I want to say he had like 2 different interceptions, because the one in the end zone's one I saw. The one where he like caught it over his shoulder, I wasn't able to see. I had to watch a highlight of that. But like, yo, man, what the fuck is going on? Somebody go get that man Michael Jordan's secret stuff. He needs it. He needs some milk. Like when fucking Van Der Esch, like that motherfucker got Goldberg. Nah, not Goldberg, but he got Edge speared. Speared like Edge. Like the old boy just came right into the motherfucking pocket and laid his ass out. Carson Wentz had a smooth 4 turnovers by himself. Because he had 1 strip sack, damn near the first fucking series of the game, or the first Eagles offensive series. He had an interception. He had another strip sack. Yeah, I think he had 4 turnovers himself. Like, yo, man, Carson needs some milk. Because, like, you can see, at this point with Doug Peterson's play calling, I really don't think he trusts Jalen Hurts to do any fucking thing outside of run. That's it. When Jalen Hurts is in the game, you know what the fuck is happening. And, like, that's cool and everything. It's so predictable. Like, what the fuck do you think you're going to get done with just throw Jalen Hurts in there with the same 3 plays that we ran with him? I don't know, man. I'm not the best to speak on this. I'm just working at it. But damn, man, this is what, if I see this, which as somebody who is now trying to fucking expand his mind, I'm like, yo, fam, word, we doing the same shit over and over and over. And I don't even like the fact that we gave the Cowboys some type of fucking hope that they were in, like, even in the same fucking game as us. But as you know, the 2020 Eagles, just like everything else in 2020, you know, we having a rough time right now. And, you know, he's not the only one. Jason Peters got banged up again. So, I don't know if he came back in the game. I truly don't care anymore. Just let it go. Let it go. Oh, bless her. Like, yo, man, Jason Peters used to be the bodyguard. And then Carson Wentz has, like, a smooth 30 sacks this season. At least 30. Let it go. Let that shit go. Carson is fucking 30 sacks, dog. Like, yeah, we won the game, but 30 fucking sacks. My God. Like, it's like watching Cam Newton back in Carolina all over again. The motherfucker is damn near fucking haunted at this point. And, yo, man, it's kind of sad to watch, especially because, you know, as an Eagles fan, I was out here fucking ready to talk my shit, ready to let these motherfuckers have it. Whether you a Cowboy fan, Giants fan, Patriots fan, it don't matter to me. I'm out here trying to give everybody that work, and I can't do it no more because my team's like, we're the NFC least now. We're in the NFC least. So I had to get that one off my chest. I was able to watch the first half of the Steelers and the Ravens game, but it looks like it was the second half, the one to really watch. Shout out to the Steelers for still being undefeated. Only reason I'm saying shout out to the Steelers is because, you know, handful of family members and my boy Mike from San Antonio. Shout out to you, Mike. I'm happy that your team is still on top of the fucking food chain. Don't worry. In my heart of hearts, I'm rooting for y'all just because I want to see Mike Tomlin shine. Don't look. I ain't engaged in the fan base. I don't know what the fuck goes on. That, like, I'm just here from the outside looking in. I'm like, look at y'all being great. Shout out to Mike Tomlin. Most wins from a black head coach. Amen. Black history being made. Shout out to you, good sir. So I'm gonna go ahead and just talk about this real quick because, we're still in NFL action, but I want to just give my thoughts on this real quick. When it comes down to Cam Newton, I hope things aren't as negative as from what I'm seeing, because I'm seeing a bunch of different things all at once. I'm seeing like raw fan reaction, and I'm seeing, you know, the people who have some type of sports background who can like mitigate, who they still feel some of that raw fan reaction, but at the same time they're still like, nah, man, it's not necessarily his fault. So from what I'm seeing, the Patriots are like what 2-5. I'm not gonna say. I want to say they're 2-5. They have a losing record. I do know that much right there. But where I'm trying to pick up speed is how they went about getting this losing record. Because from what I'm seeing, fans are saying Tom Brady saw this shit coming. He got the fuck on down. He was not trying to be around that. And they tried to blame Tom Brady for like this season, the past season. And now that Cam Newton's there, it's like he's about to be the new scapegoat because he already got benched. That I saw. I was like, damn, man, that fucking sucks. Fuck my fantasy team. Like, I really want Cam to do good because of the way that, you know, it was hyped up for him to do good. Carolina did, like, fucking bailed out on him. And he got on, you know, social media posting all these fucking videos. Like, posting all these fucking videos. I almost said with his fine ass. Look, with his old sexy ass. Where my ring at? Talking about I'm coming back, like, you know, just hyping up the season, like trying to fucking rebrand and have this big comeback season to him. And I really wanted that for him. It's just, like I said, from raw fan reaction, they're saying it's Cam that sucks to the, you know, the pseudo sports analysts that you see on Twitter. They're saying, no, Cam just doesn't have weapons. He just doesn't have anybody reliable. Either or. Cam gave up a fumble yesterday that cost them the game against the Bills. That probably would have like gave them back some momentum towards their season. Hopefully Cam does pull this out because Bill Belichick does not seem like the most patient coach to me. Once again, outside looking in, if somebody else wants to put me on, then by all means, let's have a conversation, let's have a discussion. I'm more than happy to do that. But I'm still trying to figure out this whole schedule stuff because this cast, it has so much going on for it, so many different topics. I need my personality to carry it. That's why I got you guys here with me. So it still is a goal to one day separate it to where I can have like that entertainment cast and I can have that sports cast. And that just means 2 times a week I get to sit right here and fucking scream at the damn camera. You damn right I'll do that shit. I'll do it fucking twice. I'll do it fucking however many times I need to. Because this is too much fucking fun. I see why people do this. Hell, fuck the... All right, hold on. Because I'm all over the place. And y'all know how I am. As soon as I get a thought, I gotta, like, blurt that shit out. So, as a very, 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 very small YouTuber, I don't care. Like, this is what trips me out. So, yes... I am in the hunt. I'm in the hunt to try and, you know, find more subscribers. I'm in the hunt to try and bring people in. If you look at like certain other YouTubers pages, you'll probably see me in the comment section fucking commenting it up. Like, yeah, I want subscribers and all that stuff. And I mean, it'd be, I don't think I'm ever going to get monetized because I cuss too fucking much. But I'd like people to go to the Patreon. I like people to start ordering t-shirts, but I'm not pressed over it. You know what I'm saying? Because I have too much fun doing this shit. I remember back in, oh damn, this like shows my age. It's the fact that I've been watching Jeremy Johns for years, dog. I legit found this motherfucker a little bit after Revenge of the Fallen and been subscribed to him for years. And I remember one of the biggest things he kept saying was, don't start a YouTube channel if you're looking for money. Do it as a hobby. Do it as a hobby and the people will come to it. And here I am doing it as a fucking hobby. A hobby I put off for a long fucking time. A hobby that I do hope to get like, it's a goal to get paid from, but I'm not dying for it. That like, I used to join these Facebook groups to, you know, sub for sub and all that stuff. And like, yo fam, I'm always down to interact with other YouTubers that have the same, like, similar content to me. I'm always down to like and subscribe and watch other people's videos. I'm still down to do that. It's just the fact that, like, I'm not pressed for it. I'm just letting whatever happens to me happen to me. It's in God's hands. Whatever he blesses me with is what he blessed me with. But I'm not finna fucking sit here and stress myself out over it. Because like I said, I'm just kicking it with you. Hey, look, man, if you here for the ride, I'm with it. If you here just to, like, watch 2 minutes of it and get on down, you clicked on the video anyway. I'm with it. I'm fucking with it. Let's go. So, had to get up off my, like, let me get off my soapbox real quick. Just because, you know, the thought came, had to spit it out. Fuck continuity. Fuck, you know, being on a nice, good track. Fuck scheduling. Ooh, I feel bad for a producer whenever I get one. But, hell, if anything, I keep seeing that everybody says I need to put, like, background and stuff in here. I was about to be a smart ass and write background on the wall, but I'm not going to do you guys like that because I know that's, like, legit a criticism. That is, you know, and it's not even bad. It's, like, you know, constructive. Like, yo, you should invest in the background. I will when Cage is no longer broke. That's, like, the biggest thing right there. When I give me some monies, I got you. I'm going to get a motherfucking, I don't know, I'm thinking about putting, like, some comics or some shit up here. Just all types of different stuff. So, as we transition, I ain't got no more sports to talk about. I ain't got a lot on my plate, right? This week has been mostly Halloween-centric. And to go back to Halloween a little bit, let's have a discussion. See, I had to slow it down for this one. So, once upon a time, a smooth 7 episodes ago, episode 1, allow me to reintroduce myself as Chris Cage. I said how I be talking about comics. And 7 episodes later, guess what we're here to finally talk about? So, because the current era of comics that we are in does not interest me, it's not pulling me to put my money towards it. It's not pulling me to put my time, my interest, none of that towards it. I went backwards. So, Halloween, guess what I had to read? I ended up finding Batman The Long Halloween. And yo, within a day, maybe 2 days, read all 13 issues. God damn it. Alright, so I'll say this. As somebody who reads manga, Attack on Titan, I don't know if Kingdom does it, but Berserk used to do it. That come out monthly. Woo! Shit, man. I don't know. It's just something about, like, reading a like, limited issue comic book for a month at a time. That shit is fucking annoying. To me, at least. But to get into Batman, The Long Halloween, and The Long Halloween. Yo, I'm late to the show, but goddamn it, if I'm not ready to go, the number one knucklehead ninja is ready to talk about this because that shit was fucking good. I really did enjoy reading this because it felt like it really did take Batman the Animated Series. Like, you could see where all the influence came from, whether it was from like that's where they got the show from, reading that comic, or where Christopher Nolan got The Dark Knight from. You know, for his story. You see where a lot of the different influences come from and take place within this one story. I think one of my favorite things about this, and it's the art style. It's like this dark, gritty, ugly ass, grungy fucking. It has this style and flair to it that just entices you to take your time in reading it, because it really is. It was so fascinating to me as somebody who grew up with Batman in this modern era, where he literally is driving a fucking tank across rooftops, where Batman has all these fucking gadgets and doodads and shit. Like I'm not gonna say I missed out, but back when I was younger, Batman was a little more limited. Yeah, he had a jet. Yeah, he had a boat. Yeah, he had a car, and then that was it. There was no Mobius chair. There was no huge bat family that he could turn to, or they could have his back. So within the long Halloween, so from what I had to gather with the outside research to make sure I had enough talking points for this, it looks like this is a younger Batman. I'd say he's been Batman for at least 4 years, to where he already has good rapport with Harvey Dent and fucking Jim Gordon. Batman has this he has a rogues gallery. He's aware of everybody. He's already talked and had he knows how to handle all these different people. So you see that right there, but it's still a young enough Batman to where it's like year one, where he's fighting the mob, where he's fighting the criminal underground of Gotham, but it's not like the actual villains yet. So that's like the setting that we're in right now. And the thing with this comic, it's like those old film noir. It's like, it just feels like it belongs in black and white. Everybody's got those fucking 19 fucking 20s, 30s, 40s trench coats and the hats, the fedora. They're going around and they're talking like this. It's that's not how they're talking, but that's the setting of all this stuff. And the basic story that takes place, for those who have not read this story, what's going on is Batman, Harvey Dent, and Jim Gordon they're trying to battle the mob for the soul of Gotham. And the fact that Batman, Harvey Dent, and Jim Gordon are continuously making the mob more and more desperate, to the point where they're starting to turn to supervillains to handle their issues. And on top of that, it's like this big mystery crime, whatever the hell you want to call it. There's a mystery afoot, but they're trying to figure out who this holiday killer is. So every single holiday throughout the year, there's been one murder that's been connected to the mob. So now the mob is getting desperate to figure out who the fuck it is, because they think one thing, all these different factions are turning against one another, and it's such an interesting story. I don't want to spoil everything. I highly suggest you read it. What I will say is, like I said, it's a young enough Batman to where all the supervillains show up. So you do see the Joker. You see fucking not Bane. You see Solomon Grundy, Poison Ivy, Penguin, Riddler. You see all these people, even Scarecrow, and you see how Batman feels towards them. Yo, fam, there's a part where Batman gets hit with Scarecrow gas. Typical, right? But he ends up seeing what we know Batman to see, which is his parents' death, his parents' graves, things such as that. The things that really tugs at his heart the most. So there's a part in the story where he punches Scarecrow. He even says, "I try my best not to enjoy breaking his ribs." And it's the fact that that's how young Batman is, where he's still battling all this shit in his mind. I don't know. Batman, yo, you guys, y'all see the tattoo. Batman is one of my favorite superheroes. And alright, so I have a theory. I like Batman the most when he struggles. So the reason why I say this, and it's damn near the reason why I'm gonna tie this to an anime for all the three people who watch this who know about this. So in the story Berserk, there is a character named Guts who is called the Struggler. Literally everything in his fucking life is shit. It's terrible. He has nobody. He's all alone. It's bad until he does a certain thing where he meets these people. We're gonna go over this way in a whole different episode, but he's another character calls him Struggler. He struggles. That's how I see Batman at a younger stage. Batman is especially when he's young, Batman is that one character. He's the one fucking person that I can think of when you see that he's rich, that he has everything. but he has nothing at the same time. All he has is Alfred. And like I said, this is a younger Batman, right? So he is like, you can see, I think this is when he's at his most fucking, I have to save Gotham. He's like at his most headstrong. He's too stubborn. He won't look at like anything else. All he keeps thinking about is that right there. And you see he's a little more emotion driven. Just a little bit. Fucking, yes, he has his flaws like way later on. If you play games like Arkham Knight, oh yeah, you'll see he's like, Batman is Batman, but it's this younger stage where he's insanely rich, but he has nothing. He's trying to fight for Gotham's soul, but that's like the thing about the Long Halloween. It looks like a long defeat. And that's what a lot of people have described it as, a long defeat. He's not, it's damn near like he's not getting anywhere with getting this shit done. You know what I mean? He's like fucking everything he tries, every 4 steps forward he takes, 10 steps back. And it just doesn't seem like he's getting anywhere. So when the reason why I'm bringing that up is because, you know, Batman, like, I think with him is not only is he a fucking normal human who's just fucking rich and smart, he has to not only, he just can't muscle his way into power, into saving Gotham. He's going about this in a way that he feels like is correct, even though the results aren't going that way. Like in the Long Halloween, they even say most of these fucking freaks didn't show up until you did. You brought them out. If you watch or read The Dark Knight Rises, The Dark Knight Rises, you'll see fucking, there's a scene where Batman gets revealed to the public, like on the news, and then you see this old man in a fucking asylum or some type of hospital setting, and he's just watching and watching and watching the news, and they show the bat, and you just see a fucking smile come on his face. He legit brought the Joker back. Just by Batman's presence coming back, he brought the Joker back. And that's the type of shit that sits on his mind. Like when he gets told this, from a younger age to an older age, Batman has struggled with all these different things. And that's why I love him so much, especially like on his own. Don't get me wrong. Hey, Dick Grayson, raw. Jason Todd, raw. Damian Wayne, raw. Tim, alright, whatever. Fucking, you know, Cassandra, you got like the Bat family. I fucks with him. I like seeing the younger Batman though. And out of all the billion cartoons that we've had, I've got my fucking fill of all kinds of fucking, you know, younger Batman stories. So that's just something I wanted to just, you know, talk to you guys a little bit about fucking. But the comic itself, man, I highly, highly recommend it. Yo, it was a great fucking read, especially for this time of year. It's nice to throw in a nice, you know, moida mystery, something along those lines. But I had a lot of fun reading it. 13 issues. Hey, we ain't got to worry about that because we caught it way late on the ass end. So, now that we're done with that, it's about that time. Oh, to all the cool cats and kittens, it's about that time. Let's check the time. Okay, we're still good. Yo, let's go ahead and get into some anime talk. So, I kind of have a hard time calling this anime, but I watched Blood of Zeus, and this is one of the reasons why it took me so fucking long to get anything else in, is because I had to like sit and focus. So, with the Blood of Zeus, from what I'm hearing, it looks like it has the same art direction as Castlevania. The art just isn't. Like, I don't know. The art doesn't seem as crisp to me. The animation isn't as fluid to me, at least. Hey, if there's anybody else that's smarter with a better opinion than me, by all means, listen to them before you listen to me. I'm a fucking idiot. But, like, when I was watching it, the concept, the plot, I enjoyed. So, the plot of the story, let's get into that first. Within the story, it's about Zeus not being able to keep his dick to himself, per usual. And he goes and he gets this, you know, this woman pregnant, has a kid, per usual. It literally, no shit, starts off as the Immortals. Like, no bullshit, dog. Young Henry Cavill out here doing shit by himself, minding his own damn business. He goes back to the village. Don't nobody like him because he's a bastard. Everybody thinks he's shit. His mama gets even worse treatment. They call her a whore and all this, that, and the third. Treats her like shit. Blah, 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 blah. Some shit goes down. The village gets fucking ransacked, raided, or whatever. He ends up, you know, on a fucking quest. And the one of the biggest differences between the Immortals and this is the fact that, like, In the Immortals, Zeus killed gods if they fucking interfered with mortal affairs. He no shit came down and fucked Hermes up because he didn't listen to him. In this one, all that's out the fucking window. All that is gone. There's a point where Ares says, why should we listen to you if you, no, either Ares or Hera says it like, but why should we listen to you if you don't even listen to you? You make the rules, but you don't follow them. What sense does that make? And I'm at the point where I'm like, yo, they right. Now, with that being said, the whole story is about fucking, you know, the gods versus, you know, not titans, but they versus giants. I've never heard of that. Never heard of that before at all. Point blank period. As in, like, I've never heard of giants. I have this basic, very basic level of Greek mythology to the point where I still say Hercules and not Heracles. That's how low my fucking knowledge of Greek mythology is. I can name shit. I can tell you about different stories and all that stuff, but I can't fucking, you know, critique all these different things or say, well, this didn't happen and this didn't happen. Because one, that's not me. But two, Cage really don't fucking know. So, moving on from that, the show itself, it had a fun cast of characters, especially a little bit later. Kofi Kingston shows up. Not really, but there's a character named Kofi, so that's the first thing I thought of. Zeus he's not the most mature Zeus that I've seen. Like, no shit, dog. This motherfucker is a horn dog. Yo, look, the shit that he was pulling, I was like, yo, fam, it really ain't that serious. Like, the whole reason behind the show. I'm gonna give you guys a smooth 2 weeks before I'm trying not to drop these spoilers. I'm really trying not to. But the show itself, only 8 episodes long. It's good. If you're looking for that same crisp, beautiful fight choreography that you saw in Castlevania, lower those expectations. Look, just bring it down a little bit. It's not bad. The show was good. I'd give it a smooth, maybe like a 7.5. But it's not bad by any means. Like, it has this, fantastical nature to it where you see Zeus doing lightning shit and you're like, oh, that's fucking cool. Lightning shit. You see fucking animated Henry Cavill doing animated Henry Cavill stuff. Ooh, look at that. Oh, he's strong as shit for no reason. Okay, bet. Then you see fucking, blonde Wonder Woman who's not really Wonder Woman. And you're like, all right, bet. But, as a whole, the show itself, it was a good time. Look, good time, no alcohol required. It was fun. It was fun to watch. I enjoyed it. Only 8 episodes long, so I wasn't dying to finish the show. And it's not even an hour long. It's 22 minutes. So I got it in. I'll say that. Fucking where it kind of like irritated. Like, it didn't irritate me, but it was just one of those things where I was like, you could tell it was setting itself up for a sequel, especially how it ended. I was like, man, look. I prefer it when a story doesn't know. Well, I'm not going to say it doesn't know, but it's not banking on having a sequel. If it has a sequel, great. But, like, I want all the loose ends to be tied up. But there was just enough little threads that still left out to where it leaves us, like, grasping, trying to figure out what's going to happen with the second season. So, Blood of Zeus, smooth, 7. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. 7.5. Right here. Or right here. Don't worry. I'm not going to put no fucking numbers up. I'm just holding my hands out for some goddamn reason. Whatever. Alright, so did it count as anime? I have to say, did it? Fuck, I fucked myself up. Did it count as anime? I gotta see if it came from a Japanese studio. I don't think, and look, we can have rap beef over this. I don't count something as an anime unless it comes from Japan. Like, they coined the term. Whenever we associate anime, we think immediately over there to them. So Avatar: The Last Airbender is a cartoon that has it's been heavily influenced by anime. It's not an anime. Nah, man, we just ain't got it like that. Over here in the West Side, we ain't got it. Shame. But, if creators from the West go east to Japan, then yeah, it's fucking anime. Boom. Done deal. Just like that. Not gonna look, I'm trying to keep the tangents calm. I don't know how long I've been fucking talking. I feel like it's been for a good minute, and we still got more to go. Let's do this. So, we talked about anime. I already said how I wasn't able to watch Mobile Suit Gundam. so glad. Like, I'm not so glad that the Halloween season's over, but I am glad I now have that availability. I can now go back and watch it. Depends on what time I get back from playing basketball. But when it comes down to some of the manga that we read, where to even begin, dog? Where are we gonna fucking start from, man? Like, so much to talk about. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start with this. I'm about to put some respect on Black Clover's name. So my history of Black Clover, I've watched the anime up until right before Licht versus Julius. Like a little bit before that, like right when they got the Magical Night Squad together, when Marileona was racking butt cheeks, she was running shop. That's where I, like, after that fight, I stopped watching anime and I started reading the manga from there. From there, reading the manga, I kept up. I'm aware of what's going on. It just didn't seem like enough for me to. I didn't really get too hype about it, but like, I didn't think about the YouTube channel until, you know, the Heart Kingdom. I think that's them. Well, they came into play, and, you know, it just wasn't enough for me to talk about at the time. Now, we got some shit to get off our chest. So I'm not gonna get into the Spade Kingdom stuff. Hope, like, yo, man, if I need to give a recap, maybe next episode, if you guys just let me know, then I'll be more than happy to do that. But for right now, what we just got down, the last 3 chapters, I'll go over those. So Asta and fucking, goddamn it, I forgot his name. Oh no, it's the vice captain of the Black Bulls. These are the things that you're supposed to know, but because I, a piece of shit, don't fucking know his name, now I gotta sit here and look up his name. Knocked. Woo, man, thank goodness I took like a couple of those Duolingo lessons. He grabs Asta and he's like, all right, I'm gonna train you on how to fucking use that demon power at will. So Knocked hooks, like, it's not Naruto. It's not Naruto, so I'm gonna try not to do it. Knock takes young Naruto to go fucking basically get control of the Nine-Tailed Fox. So he takes him to this one specific place, does this one specific ritual, and fucking he tells him, all right, y'all two gotta fight now. And immediately, you know, Noctis's Asta's demon, Lieb, you know, he takes control of all of Asta's weapons, infecting it with, you know, not infecting it, but controlling them with his Lieb's anti-magic. And then we get a nice backstory on Lieb, where we see this nice lady named Lucita, who looks very familiar. But long story short, we're gonna keep this one short just because, you know, this is like, we're starting to get into some interesting shit right here. Fucking Lieb and Asta are going at it. And one thing I like about Asta is like, he really does remind me of Luffy, because he has like this positivity towards him. Even when he couldn't use his arms, he like didn't want to sit there and just be down in the dumps. He said, I'll find a way to still be the magic, the king of magic, wherever the fuck it is, the magic king. Like, he has this positivity towards him. So he doesn't have his right arm during this fight. And, you know, his back's against the wall, going against this kid with telekinesis and fucking blades flying everywhere. But he has taken all the lessons of all the people that he's fought or learned from, and he combined, like, he shows that he does not need magic to be effective. This motherfucker, damn, like, he takes Lieb out like that almost immediately, like with Yami's sword and one arm. And he even says, like, yo, man, I know you're not taking this seriously. You had it, like, we were talking about killing me, but you didn't. You were holding back the entire time. Asta tries his best. Like, he offers an extension to befriend him and not just dominate him. So Asta's character, Ren, look, Asta really does. He does draw you in. He definitely does. I love the fact that Black Clover, I don't know if the author heard it, but people were comparing it to Naruto for like the longest time when I found out about it. And fucking that shit, as soon as Yami started saying push past your limits, that shit went left. Like, it separated itself from me. I see a complete difference. We can talk about it a little bit later, but not really right now. Fucking, let's go ahead and get into some Kingdom. So with Kingdom, I read from chapters 16 to chapters 26. Within these chapters, a good amount of shit happened, and at the same time, it's short enough for me to condense it, but long enough for me to like really expand upon it. That's something I like. It really does remind me of Game of Thrones with all the political plays in motion. So what happened last time when we left off, the gang, the gang is going up to go find the mountain people. They want to go talk to the mountain people to try and enlist them to join the king's side, young Haku, right? So the mountain people end up revealing themselves, and Haku's he's calm as shit. He's like, all right, y'all might want to stay calm because they could have killed us a long fucking time if they really wanted to. So they say, all right, bet. We'll take King Haku, young Haku, Hokage Haku up to meet our king, but we're not taking y'all. So y'all got to go back down the mountain. If you don't, we'll fucking kill you and eat your soul. Really your choice. I don't really give a fuck. So they go back down, and the biggest character arc down there, when they do go back down, is Change the Rapper is like, damn man, I was raw back in the day, but woo-wee, if age don't hit you, he's old, so he can't really hang. So he's looking at Shin, and he's looking at like the rapport that he already has with the king, and he's like, he tries him. He doesn't try and be like, he, spars with him a little bit. And he's like, yeah, man, I just can't hang no more. I need you to go up there with the king. I need you to have his back. So, Shin, hope I'm pronouncing it right. So, Shin, Diao, and Young Master Biden fucking go back up the mountain to try and go rescue the young king. That worked out terribly, and as soon as they like sit down and eat like some Oreos or whatever, these motherfuckers get captured just like that. The shit was fucking raw. The art is still amazing, and this is Young Kingdom. I can't wait to get to the most recent chapters. So they get captured, and now they're being held prisoner, right? The king is having a sit down with the Mountain King, and the biggest thing about the Mountain King is the fact that like there's rat beef between the state of Quinn. Yeah, the state of Quinn, Kin, whatever. I'm really trying my best. I downloaded Google Translate, but because I don't know how to properly put everything in, I'm so scared to use it. But they talking about how as soon as Duke Mu died, the discrimination was back on and popping. The state of Quinn rejected the fuck out of the mountain people, drove them back up to the point where they were killing them while they were trying to leave. So that's why there's like this intense, furious hatred between the mountain people and the state of Quinn. And the only way to compensate for that is the life of the king. So the king says straight up, he's like, all right, that's cool or whatever. You can try it if you want to, but that's not going to get you anywhere. Then the king has this really great character moment where he's like, yo, I'm not here for that bullshit. I want to take back the state of Quinn, but I don't want to stop there. I want to unite all of China. So I'm like, ooh, shit. Young Haku ain't playing with these motherfuckers. He said he don't need Zabuza no more. He said he about to get this shit done by himself. So we got that really dope character moment where he states, he shows his all his cards on the table. And the Mountain King, Yang, like, it's revealed to be it's revealed to be a woman, but she has a similar aspiration where nobody wants to see bloodshed. Nobody wants to see bloodshed, but at the same time, all these people want power. Yang and Haku really don't want that. They want there to be this peace that lasts forever. The issue with the peace that lasts forever is the fact that all these different states are divided, but they're inevitably going to fight for power. And see, this is where that Game of Thrones political aspect comes into play. Because now you got the little chess moves and all that. Knight to B6 and all that fun shit. So, what ends up happening is Shin, they got captured. And now they're being like held in the same audience that the king is. Shin breaks out of his shit to stop, from being executed. And he gives a speech that really does like bring them, like convinces the Mountain King to bring the people. So now the young King Haku has 3,000 of the mountain warriors on his side. The best thing about the mountain warriors, we talked about this last time, is like they're fucking raw. They're savages. People are scared shitless of them. So as we get more information on them, we get more information on Damian Wayne. We got I think one chapter on him. The thing with Damian Wayne is he is this asshole, huge asshole, and he already thought he was in line for the throne because his dad's a king and his mother was a noble in and of herself. So he's the type of asshole to legit see a bridge right over there 10 feet away, and he just looks at the people he's with and he says, bridge. And fucking he walks on their backs. Where his downfall is it is revealed that the king chose to make young Haku the successor because he's so in love with young Haku's mom. Young Haku's mom is this beautiful dancer from fucking Atlanta, Georgia, probably from Magic City, who just got that BBL. So you know how she's about to fucking... he's subscribed to the OnlyFans. He's been hooked ever since. So he's fucking falling in love with her over Damian Wayne's mom. So Damian Wayne's mom falls into this depression where she won't even leave her chambers. And it's like, people are, they're being grimy about it. They're talking shit about Damian Wayne's mom, but they're saying like how beautiful the other girl is and how, how they don't blame her for falling into this depression. Damian Wayne ain't having it. Like, he ain't taking none of that disrespect. He slaughtered the two maids, and he's just fucking this is him back in the past. I'm sorry about that. Fucking, I had a brain fart. But the thing that got me the most, the number one thing, I love the scene where young Haku's just minding his business walking, and Damian Wayne looks up and he stares at him. He has this grimy ass look, and Haku just looks down on this motherfucker, and he is pissed, bro. This Haku kid is fucking, I'm joining this crew more and more. I'm buying more into this. So as we continue on with the chapters that we're in, fucking, now that he's convinced them to join, they now ride all the way to the fucking capital. Oh man, I really do hate butchering these names. I really do hate it. Jian Yang. Oh, god damn it. Oh man. If only geography was taught in my high school. So they go to Jian Yang, and it's this giant fucking capital to the point where Shin is fucking intimidated. Before they get there, they get some intel that the king has amassed an army of 80,000. Now, to me, thinking 80,000 was a lot, to, young King Haku, who's not pressed over these hoes, he's like, it's all good. We got this. So apparently, they weren't able to find the royal seal. So they were only able to amass 80,000 warriors. So where that comes, so now what the interesting thing is, fucking the chancellor, I can't remember his name, Jishi, Lushi, whichever one, he gets mad and says, no, you need to go get us at least 100,000 more men, especially before the other chancellor, Lushi, I think that's his name, before he shows up, and then we gotta fight him before Chancellor Luigi shows up. So now our heroes, where they're at right now, they decided to disguise themselves as mountain warriors, right? And they decided to basically be Trojan horses themselves. They say, all right, we're just going to pop up at the kingdom. They're going to let us in. We're going to fuck them up with a surprise attack. Where all the tension is right before I ended the chapter is they're not dumb on the other side of the fence. They legit are talking to each other saying, what if it's a trap? There's no reason that they just showed up at the wall. No reason whatsoever. So what if it is legitimately a trap? So that's where we left off right there. Really interesting. I'm falling more and more in love with this the more I read it. And yeah, it's it's almost 700 chapters, but I'm taking my time to catch up. I do want to get through this arc. I do plan on getting through this arc. I don't know if I'm going to keep talking about it on the podcast. Maybe I'll throw some more of these reviews and reactions in the Patreon link. So if you're interested in that, don't hesitate to let me know. Subscribe to the Patreon. Shameless plug. Moving on. Now, all right. So we gotta go ahead and start wrapping up. I gotta get to real life soon, unfortunately. So y'all know how I gotta do this. As much as I want to get into the GOAT piece, let's go and talk about some My Hero Academia. So where My Hero Academia left off, it picked right back up with Toga and Ochako. And I said this last time, I love the fact that Ochako is still you can see her confidence in the hero growing. She uses fucking self-defense techniques. She motherfucking jujitsus. Not even jujitsu. I think it was a judo flip, whatever the fuck it was. She gets Toga off of her, and she's confident in her fighting ability, but Toga's over here trying to talk to her, and she tells her about how much she loves her and all this, that, and the third, and she reveals to Ochako that she doesn't say like my quirk developed, but she says, now if I take the blood of somebody that I love, not only do I take their appearance, but I can take their quirks as well. And then she reveals how the lady with the original Liberation Front, she fucking used Ochako's power to launch her in the air and then drop her to her death. And Ochako's fucking horrified, because as a hero, like the way that I'm perceiving it, if somebody used my face and my likeness and my ability to kill somebody, and I'm supposed to be setting myself up as a hero, imagine, and this is a whole different thing, but imagine this was something like The Boys, and somebody did some shit like that. That's a huge political play right there. Like, that shit right there really could fuck up somebody's faction, especially the perception towards them. With Dabi about to potentially reveal that he's Toya on the way. We don't know just yet. But Ochako's over here. She's fighting with Toga still, and they're having this battle of philosophies right here. So like I said, my thing with Toga is the fact that, like, you think you can have your cake and eat it too. You think these heroes are gonna save you, even though you're out here trying to kill people. You're putting people in harm's way. Literally, Gigantomachia is taking out a fucking city just running. You can't do that. Like, but this is like the naivety of Toga's character for right now. But the interesting thing about it is Ochako tells her the truth. So I want to see if I can pull this up really quickly just to give you a better fucking basis. Damn, man, I skipped over a bunch of shit. So where are we at? Alright, so Toga ends up, when they're fighting each other, they're throwing shit at one another, all that fun stuff, block, blah, block, whatever. Fucking Ochako lets her know that she would never feel happy about dropping somebody out the sky, so what's the point in telling her? Turns out Toga ends up taking the keychain, the All Might keychain, and Ochako wants that shit back immediately, because, you know, that's from her boobay. So Toga says, we're one of the same, we're like the same people, and fucking, they're like talking to one another about how they shouldn't suppress one another's feelings and things like that. Where I love Ochako, she's coming in, she's saying you have to live with the consequences of what you're going to do. If you're going to live with as you please, you have to live with these consequences, like I said. So as they're fucking talking, Suyu joins into the fray, and you can see that Toga just starts fucking, you know, she's about to get on down, but she starts crying when she does that. So rewind. I thought that's where the chapter started. It's not. So the chapter initially starts with fucking Ida, and I want to say the Whirlwind Girl. They're running with one another, and because Ida can't fly, like, they're using the people with flight powers as messengers, but Ida tags along to follow Todoroki, Midoriya, and Bakugo, because, you know, he wants to have their back like that. Like, Todoroki and Midoriya have had his back. So he goes over to the fight. Man, look, Deku drops dead out the sky, and Todoroki saves him, and like, he's got him, Bakugo, and all my Endeavor all in one. And when I tell you, this boy is going through it, man, they are all going through it. Shigaraki really, his body is deteriorating more and more, and his willpower is the only thing that's holding him up. He's got to use like the big fucking stabby fucking things. Tendril, I don't even know what the fuck to call them, but he has to use those just to keep him standing. So as Ida shows up, that's where Shigaraki says so many maggots keep showing up into the fray. So we push on, we get on down, and that's where we get into that fight. Damn, I'm telling everything ass backwards. You can tell how tired Cage is today. But the big thing about this is that once we finish with Ochako, because that was like the highlight of the chapter to me, the huge thing is the fact that we get this big ass panel of Gigantomachia showing up. You remember how I said shit was gonna go left when that motherfucker showed up? I knew shit was gonna pop off in the worst possible way when Shigaraki woke up. I knew shit was gonna pop off in the worst possible way when Shigaraki told Gigantomachia to come here. But man, look, this motherfucker, they said that he just keeps getting bigger. What the fuck is his power? What the hell is his quirk right now? He keeps getting bigger and he's destroying more and more. And now he's showing up. you get this amazing fucking panel of like everybody's reaction. It's like Dragon Ball Z, where you see all these different reactions at once. Yo, I can tell you this now. The art is amazing. Fucking Midoriya and Endeavor, they look like they went through hell. These boys are so fucking, they're bloody, they're tired, they can't move. They're down for the count. Everybody's down. Bakugo's down. And lo and behold, here comes Gigantomachia in the League of Villains. Dobby's having the fucking time of his life. He's out here having a fucking huge ass smile on his face. And he's just chilling like a villain, dog. Chilling like a fucking villain. So the chapter ends with that reaction right there. Great chapter. I really did enjoy this chapter. I like the fact that Toga got some of that hard truth that she just didn't think about. Probably because, you know, she was more concerned about the life that she had to live with suppressing herself. So we got that, and now we're about to get this Toya reveal. Hintity hint hint. So a lot of shit's going down. I still think Best Genius is going to show up, but I don't know how effective he's going to be against all these different people. Especially the fact that, you know, Shigaraki's damn near booty butt nude, and Gigantomachia also the same thing. I don't think like a huge fight's going to pop off from here, but I think, you know, we have we're about to reach the climax, or we've already reached the climax. We'll see in a minute. But let's get into the last one. Let's get into some GOAT piece. So I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna do something different than I typically do. So y'all remember I said this like a couple episodes ago. I try not to keep my phone in my face when I do these things, just because I feel like it's not as professional. But fuck it, gotta learn somehow, some way. If I'm gonna do this long term like I am right now, hey, look, man, let's try it. So this one's gonna be more of a reaction, for lack of a better term, just because I want to make sure I don't do what I just did with the My Hero one, where I'm butchering the fuck out of it. Like, yo, I'm legit telling the middle to the end of the chapter first, saying that's where we picked off. So Misinformed Cage is gonna try again. So I'm not gonna talk about the cover story. Cover story ended. That's all you need to know. Alright, so we push on. Kaido is getting up. Kiku is down after getting Kiku's down after getting her fucking arm chopped off. So, and this is where I talk about the chemistry of the fucking scabbards. Immediately, the scabbards go to fucking cauterize the wound. Like, yo, hold on, let me see if I can quote it. I seared the wound closed. I nearly passed out from the pain. Yo, comment below what anime I just quoted. Shout out to my boy fucking Travis Willingham. Shout out to him. But they go ahead. Kinemon lights up his sword, lights it on fire, cauterizes the wound, and Kiku gets up smiling because like these scabbards know, hey, look, tis but a scratch. That arm was the first to go. We know what's at stake. We know who we're fighting. We know how this is gonna go down. So Kaido pays his respects. He's like, yo, man, I love the heart. I love the intensity. I love the fact that y'all just keep getting back up. So Kaido decided, he said, you know what, I'm gonna take it to the next level. This motherfucker goes from dragon form back to normal. He pulls a old reliable and puts that shit back on his back. He literally like points up to the sky like fucking Baby Ruth, and fucking he knows he's about to take out some motherfuckers. So the thing that I wanna pay attention to with this is the fact that you can kind of see Neko and Inu. They look like they're starting to get fatigued. They already said, like, it's already been noted that Sulong form can't be maintained for long periods of time. But they've used it for a second, and now Kaido's getting serious. Shit's popping off. It ain't looking too hot. So then we push on. Luffy is finally, like, Luffy, Sanji, and Jinbei finally made it to the first level. We get a funny little moment because they say, oh shit, dog, look out for Luffy and Jinbei. They strong as shit, and they don't mention Sanji in the slightest. Yo, put some respect on my boy's name. Put some respect on Sanji's name. Zeph didn't die for this. So they run into these weird ass fucking smile users. We have this one dude who looks, no shit, it looks like he's got a giraffe coming, either the giraffe body's coming out of his back or his ass. I can't really tell, but we have another dude who, no shit, is a chicken butt. So he is a chicken's ass. Two weird ass smile users right there. We're not going to talk about them because Sanji takes them motherfuckers out just like that. Then we go down to the performance floor. Either we go down or we go up. I'm a little lost because I don't have the map no more for that one. and everybody's still turning into ice demons. Where this shit right here gets fucking on and popping is obviously with these demons, if you get touched, you automatically turn. Chopper's got his back, like Chopper, Brooke, and Usopp. Oh man, I gotta get some coffee. Chopper, Brooke, and Robin, my girl, are back to back with these fucking 2x4 planks like Codename Kiss next door, and they're trying to fucking figure out a plan of action because Chopper was able to create a cure last time. He's been good about that, but now he deduces that, all right, if this is the virus right here, then the antidote has to be near. So he says, all right, they gotta have the antidote. Queen reveals, yeah, he has the antidote. So where this boy, this spicy motherfucker right here, Queen says, I'm about to turn this shit to a 10. He gives the antidote, literally throws that bitch at fucking Scratchman and Pooh and says, if you lose that, you'll fucking die. So what ends up happening is Queen creates a game where for an hour he has to Scratchman and Pooh has to run from everybody with the cure only for an hour, and then everybody will die. Or if fucking they take the cure from him, Scratchman and Pooh dies. Or Queen will kill Scratchman and Pooh. So we got some shit popping off. Queen said, I'm about to turn the shit up to a motherfucking 11. It's lit. Then we get my newest boobay, Yamato. Really so tired of butchering names. Oh, I need some coffee. I'm saying Yamato because as a fucking Devil May Cry fan, I think that's how they pronounced it. I really do hope so. Please, Virgil, come through for me. Because I really don't like, if Virgil didn't say it, Dante said it. And Dante's cooler than Virgil. Fight me. Fucking Yamato finally catches up to Shinobu and Mononoke, Princess Mononoke. And they fucking talk for a little bit. And Yamato has this really dope character moment where she says how she was so moved by the way that Odin lived his life. So she dedicates herself to try and saving Mononoke, where she failed 20 years ago with being so weak. She's trying to make up for it now. The dopest thing about it, two of the dopest things, I think that shit is raw, where like she literally like just fucking tanks this fucking huge ass blast. She sat there and like didn't even miss out on conversation. She just ate the fuck out the blast and just said, who threw that piece of paper at me? Like she's standing outside the line for the salty spittoon. Then fucking she said, yo, I'm going to protect you. I'm going to keep you safe no matter what. She winds up the motherfucking old reliable with good bad mechanics swings. And she just sends like this fucking dude flying. It's like a long range attack where she just, either that's a wind blast or it's just like literally the kinetic force. Or maybe it's fucking, no, it can't be hockey. I don't know what the fuck it is. But she legit says, I would die for you. And she posts up with the fucking bat. Now, real quick. Old Cage has a theory. I don't think the trios are going anywhere right now. Hell, if anything, we're probably going to add Yamato and Carrot to the Straw Hats because maybe they're trying to. I don't know if Oda's still trying to keep everybody in these different trios. I legit don't know how it's going to go, but I feel like Carrot stuck around for so long. Yamato is building herself up, building her case to join the Straw Hats, so I think they both might end up doing it. Where my theory comes into play is I think Luffy, Sanji, Zoro are still going to be the monster trio, but I think they're going to be like the vanguard. They're the ones who you can just let loose. Sanji's the one that's going to go fucking formulate a plan to help them out, but Zoro and Luffy are like the fucking main attack force. Those three right there, monster trio are for attack, right? I think Yamato, Frankie, Jinbei would be like the defensive trio. I don't think they're going to be held back to just, staying in front of the ship, protecting the ship. I think, however, they are going to be the ones that like, yo, if we got to protect something, if we got to take this one thing to someplace, they're the ones to do it. Because, Yamato literally just fucking tanked an attack with no sign of hockey being used whatsoever. Jinbei, the reason why I'm saying Jinbei, somebody said because you think he's fat. Nah, it's not because I think he's fat. It's because of how Jinbei was able to fucking literally Ace got burned by Akainu's attacks. Jinbei was able to catch and hold Akainu's attacks with his fishman skin. So that tells me he's extremely fucking durable. And I don't even think like this is I can't remember if he used armament hockey. I don't think he did. I don't think they showed it back then, especially in the anime. And Frankie, from what I recall, at least in Eni's lobby, everything on the front of Frankie's body is like hard. It's hard as shit. It's hard for you to like hurt it. It's his back where his weakness is. And when we saw his fight in Dressrosa against Senior Pink, we saw like, okay, Frankie can fucking tank some attacks. He's literally standing there and just like eating that shit, and he's still able to fucking fight and function. That's not taken away from their offensive abilities though. Jinbei, Yamato, Frankie's radical beam can get motherfuckers out the paint without a fucking doubt. Jinbei was out here fucking tossing motherfuckers left and right, throwing shit, like literally shooting ships up with fucking these dope ass water attacks. And Yamato literally just sent like a fucking kinetic force. I'd hate to see Kaido use that move with his raw power. But we got some really dope shit going on in this chapter. We're gonna see some more of the samurai's chemistry versus Kaido's raw power, because it was in his base form where he knocked Luffy out with one hit. We'll see how he does against the fucking samurai. I'm just saying, Kaido said, it's time to bust out the big thing. He popped open that briefcase with Old Reliable sitting there in all gold. And he said, yo, y'all know y'all fucked up, right? Y'all know y'all fucked up, right? It ain't looking too hot for our Scabbard boys. Luffy about to walk up there to a fucking bloodbath. But I can't wait to see how shit keeps going on. That was chapter 994 right there. 995. Hopefully there's no break coming on this week. But this has been another episode of the Continuity Cast. Cage has to go get ready for work and has to go get some fucking coffee in his system. Hopefully I can get this episode up soon. It has been amazing sitting here, kicking it with you, talking to you and all that fun stuff. Yo, let's go ahead. We got to get through this. So if you like, I don't have hoodies, but I do still have t-shirts in red, baby blue, and black. Conquer or Chaser. Check out the Instagram for that. If you want to join the Patreon, click the link in the description below. Please, 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 please. If you made it all the way here, you might as well go ahead and join the family. Like and subscribe. Like, subscribe, comment. Let's get this algorithm to work for us, to help build us up, to help other people find us. Join the Patreon. That way you can like put your input in as a producer, anything such as that, where you can give me suggestions as like what kind of videos we should talk about, what kind of videos we should make, or how we should go about doing different things. Like I said, I have a lot of big plans for this podcast, but I'm a patient man. We're in this together. You and me. Look, it's like Ellie and Carl. You and me, we're part of a club now. So I'd like to say thank you so much. Hopefully this time there wasn't a whole lot of fuck ups like there was last time, and we can maintain the video. But thank you so much for joining. Y'all boys and girls and everything and under the sun. Y'all take it easy. Go forth and do great things. Me love you long time. All right, I'm out.